everybody, Tracy Monty Smith with SE Coaching here, and thanks for joining us for another video in our video series. I'm very, very glad to see you here. And we're ending up a year and we're getting ready and looking forward to a new year and all of the wonderful, amazing things that it is in our future and what's out there for us. And I wanted to talk a little bit about today about resolutions. And for some families and for some households, resolutions are a really big deal. And they're a really big tradition. And it's part of their family to sit down and to come up with these resolutions and to share them with other members of the family in order to have some accountability. And you know what? You can dress it up and slap a bow on it. You can call it a goal. You can call it whatever you want to. But the bottom line is that it is something that you want to accomplish. It is an accomplishment that you are setting for the future. And part of reaching that accomplishment is to set smaller goals or smaller resolutions in order to get to that bigger goal. And those encompass change. It means that we have to enact change of some kind in our lives, and that usually means something that a change that we need to enact in a daily part of our lives. And for me, you know what? I am really, really good at doing this for a very short amount of time. I am very good at enacting this change for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, maybe 6 weeks in a good year at a good time. But inevitably, what happens is that all of my good intentions fall by the wayside because there's always a reason why it has to change. And what is happening is that it is so much easier to slip back into the status quo, to step back into the familiar, and to step off of the goat path, the less traveled, very bumpy, very rough with the beautiful view kind of goat path, and step back on the superhighway because it's easier. And that's happening because it's the way our brains are programmed to protect us. And that is the main goal of our brains, is to protect us from any kind of danger. And our brains see change as potential danger. Our brains hate change. They hate change. And our brain loves the status quo because it knows it's already safe there. So why are you trying to change anything up? Why are you trying to make me exercise? Why do you think that we need to be eating differently? Why do you find the need to step outside your comfort zone and go to some business meeting or a networking event where there might be strange people that you don't know that might judge you? So our brain is actually trying to protect us. And that is a lot of the reason why our resolutions don't stick. They don't stick because our brain is trying to bring us back into the status quo. And the moment that we disengage, the moment that we're not aware of what we're doing, the moment that we stop being aware and living in the moment and keeping that goal or that resolution in mind, we're going to slip back into the status quo. And once you're in the status quo, it's really easy to stay there. Because for you to not stay there, you have to step out of the comfort zone again, and your brain's screaming at you that you're doing something dangerous, and it keeps wanting to bring you back and bring you back. So the good news is that we can get around this. This is something that we can work with, especially once we're aware that it's happening. Once we're aware of the signals that our brains are sending us, and that we slap our brain down basically until it does shut up. And we continue to smooth out the goat path, and eventually the goat path will become the superhighway. It'll be easy. Our brains will say, you know what? I got this. This is a safe zone. Everything's cool. But you got to go down the goat path. You have to step off the superhighway. You got to take the chance, and you have to know that any time that your brain tries to veer you back off onto the superhighway, to check in with your awareness, realize and recognize what it's doing, and bring it back onto the goat path. So if you do have a bad day of eating on your goal to weight loss, who cares? You stepped onto the superhighway for a moment, get back on the goat path. So you skipped making your phone calls to set up sales meetings one day. You got off the goat path and on the superhighway, bring it back. bring it back to the goat path. Fight through the bumps, smooth out the edges. The scenery is more beautiful, I guarantee it. And at the end, it's going to smooth out and it's going to be your new status quo. So until we talk again next week, have a fantastic, fantastic new year. I look forward to hearing from all of you in the new year. Remember, you can always reach me on my private email at Tracy, Tracy, at secoaching.net. I love hearing from you. I love answering any questions you have around coaching, and I love answering questions around the equine assisted part of the life coaching and talking about my horses. So until we talk again next week, have a great one. Bye-bye.